Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the real estate TV vlog. Super pumped to bring you this episode. I was just driving into the office this morning and the thought to make this episode popped into my head, so I jumped in, pulled out my phone and made it straight away. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, I was driving in this morning and I had some time to reflect on something that someone told me when I just joined the property industry, and that is that the best time to buy was always yesterday. Now that typically does sound like something a real estate agent would say, I'm sure, but there's actually a ton of truth in it. Now the reason is the market, yes, it does go up and down like this, but what you have to do is actually look at the trend line, and the market over time is always going up. A great way of explaining that is that my grandfather bought a block of land in the 70s or the 60s for $3,000. My dad bought his first block of land for $30,000, and I bought my first bit of real estate, which was a townhouse, for $300,000. So over time, it just goes up in value every 20 years. It seems to go up by 10 times. That's why it's always so important to buy, and you can't outsave the market as well. The rate that the market goes up is just higher than you're going to be able to put money aside each week. So you'd be better off compromising and buying something smaller and getting your foot in the market and then trading up in 5 to 10 years than holding out, because you're just going to lose that way. Hey guys, I thought I'd show you this graph just to back up what I was saying earlier. If you can see, read the graph. I don't need to explain a graph to you. If you could imagine, I've got a ruler in my bag. If you could imagine a trend line, which is like so, you can see it's always going up, even though it does go down at points. And that's when a lot of people freak out and sell. And that's why I think you need to be a little bit non-emotional when you're in property. And remember that it's a long game, it's not a short game. And don't just freak out because things are looking rough. A lot of people ask me why property prices go up and down and why they fluctuate. And at the end of the day, it's super simple. It's economics 101. It's supply and demand. So obviously, if we look at the supply, they're not making any more land. Until we colonize Mars, we have the land that we have. But the demand's going up. More human beings are coming out. They're making more of them, but they're not making more land. So that is why, over time, property prices go up. Now, why does it sort of wiggle and squiggle? Now, there are a couple of factors, but typically, and the one that we've seen most recently, is how accessible debt is. So at the moment, debt's relatively accessible. The banks are lending, interest rates are lower, and there's several things that the banks have done to make it easy to give out money. But over the last sort of 2 years, with the Royal Commission, debt's been hard to get a hold of. So people have been knocked back on loans. And there've been less buyers buying the land or the real estate. So that's why property prices have come off. But that was we figured that was a government slowdown. That was the regulators slowing the market down. And now the regulators are trying to speed it up again. So there's nothing really holding the market back at the moment. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe and share it around. Your word of mouth is super important to me.